So now I want to talk about the mood and the mind and the fear and the emotions that go along with a breast cancer diagnosis, a cancer diagnosis, or any major illness or diagnosis, sickness, all that. The fear that you're going to get it again, that you're going to die, that your life is going to be changed. Sometimes really not so good for a while, but hopefully for the better in the long run. And I know when you're on the journey, especially in the beginning, it is really, really hard. So I've been that. I feel for you. I know what it feels like to have a diagnosis. And, it's hard. Society is tough out there. You tell people, sometimes you get a different reaction than what you're expecting. People say stupid things. They don't know what to say. You're crying, you're stressed, you're scared, you're sad, you're upset, you're depressed, anxious, in shock. You're in shock. You may go into survival mode. You may feel guilty. There's a lot of things you're going to feel. One of the things I'd suggest is actually feel it. For me, I repressed a lot of my feelings for a long time, and so that's not good either. And so you want to get to the other side of what's going on with you. You want to be in a better mood. You want to feel better. You want to have a more positive mental outlook. And I know if you're in the beginning stages, that might be hard. And you might, what does she know? I know because I was there. And it's still a work in progress to be in a good mood. And especially as we're getting older, and now I'm heading to that age of, I'm getting there. You reach different points of hormonal balances and imbalances and all that. And things are going on with your body. So it's emotions of a disease, an illness, a sickness, family members, whatever's going on in your life. But there's things that you could be doing to get to a better mood. And one of the things, when I was looking at my own book again, I realized, because I've been so focused in many ways on getting in the better mood and the physical aspects of healing and all that kind of stuff and doing good things for my body. But I had forgotten, actually, that I had written this, that the worst part of this whole breast cancer experience occurred between my diagnosis on May 10th and the mastectomies on September 5th. My mind was really a mess. I think the mental aspect of this whole thing weighed far worse than any physical issues. And so I've been reading some of the comments from some of my breast cancer friends, and I had kind of forgotten that the mind was actually even more significant than the physical of what I had gone through. So I relate, and it's been 9 years, and thankfully I feel like I'm in the best health of my life, and that's what I want to help you get to, that point where you're feeling great again. So a couple things about mood. I'm going to share with you 3 things that I do on a pretty regular basis to get myself into a better mood. And I'm going to give you 3, and then actually I have more to share. And if you're interested at all, I have a course that part of it is about mood. That's one element. And so we cover mood, stress, sleep, eating, exercise, and overall health. So this is a portion of that. So mood, 3 ways to get into a better mood. So, you may or may not be able to do this. I know I've suggested this to people, and some people can't do it at all, but give it a try. And so actually pick one of these 3 things that I'm going to suggest and do them today or tomorrow. Implement them. The sooner, the better. So these will help get you in a better, more positive mood. So you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, I love you, Andrea. And you may even want to hold kind of your heart, your chest area, and say it with meaning. I love you, Andrea. Now, I thought everyone could do that, but I've realized not everyone can. So if you can't do it, don't be hard on yourself. Just try it again. Or if it's totally uncomfortable for you, don't do it and do something else. But think about, if you can't do it, why are you resisting and why can't you do it? And then another thing that I like to do is have a gratitude journal. And I know some of my breast cancer ladies, they talked about how instead of being in fear, they put themselves the opposite and thought of all the things that they're grateful for. So it's hard to stay in a total bad funk when you think of at least 5 things that you're happy or grateful for. So what are they? So maybe your child hugged you that day. Maybe a stranger smiled at you. You smiled at a stranger. So I like to have a gratitude journal right next to my bed, and with a pen in it, and I write in it every night 5 things that I'm grateful for that happened that day. And then I try to read those the next morning. Now, do I always do that? No, but I try to do it pretty consistently. So to get a good habit going, it usually takes 21 days to get the habit into your life. And then the same thing, to break a bad habit, you make it more difficult on yourself. And then again, that will take about 21 days. So say that you want to watch less TV. Now this might be a little dramatic, but what you might want to do is put the channel changer somewhere inconvenient, or even take the batteries out of it. And then of course you'd have to go put the batteries in, you'd have to get the changer, the clicker, and just to turn on a show. So maybe instead you have that nice book you've been meaning to read next to your bed, and you read that instead. So we want to make it easy for us to develop new habits that we want to add into our life, and make it harder for us to keep those not so good habits. Hopefully that makes sense. And then affirmations. So there's a really good book by Louise Hay. What's it called? You will heal your life, heal your mind. Oh, here it is. You Can Heal Your Life. And so if you haven't read this book, I would recommend it. You Can Heal Your Life. And she's got a lot of affirmations. And what I did is I went through, I know this sounds kind of strange maybe, but I like to do these kind of things. I marked the book, because whenever I'm reading something, I mark it all up. And then I went through and I recorded myself, and it's about 42 minutes of me saying affirmations. And sometimes I listen to them at night, or when I can't. I even have some sleepless nights. I hate to admit it, but I do. And so I'm up maybe at 3 in the morning, and I listen to my affirmations, because I figure I might as well be doing something productive that's good for my mind. So affirmations, so you can create your own. You could get some from me, you could get some from other sources, but basically it's positive things. A lot of times we get caught up in all the negative talk. So we want to stop with the negative talk to ourselves. We have about 60 to 70,000 thoughts that go through our head every single day. So try to make more of them positive. So take one of these, mirror, mirror, gratitude journal, positive affirmations, maybe post some of the affirmations on your mirror, on places that you'll see it. I put them on Post-its. I've got them around the house. And try one of these today, and they will start helping you get a better mood. So I'm here to guide and mentor you in any way possible. And I really, really do think we can improve our moods, decrease our stress, and this will help us with our overall health. And I think you will agree.